pembuatan amonia, dan pembuatan asam sulfat. Amonia. Amonia memiliki rumus NH3. Gas amonia berbau khas dan sangat menyengat. Tahukah kamu, pembuatan amonia atau NH3 disebut juga proses Haber-Bosch. Di sini, NH3 atau amonia dibentuk oleh reaksi antara nitrogen dan hidrogen. Pada tahap pertama, nitrogen mengalami dua tahapan. Yang pertama yaitu pencairan udara, dan yang kedua distilasi bertingkat udara cair. Untuk yang pertama, pencairan udara. Di sini, setelah melalui penyaringan, udara dikompresi. Kompresi ini menyebabkan suhu udara meningkat. Proses dilanjutkan dengan pendinginan. Pada tahap ini, air dan karbon dioksida sudah membeku dan dapat dipisahkan. Setelah melalui menara pendingin, udara kemudian diekspansikan, dialirkan ke dalam pipa yang lebih besar, sehingga suhunya turun dan sebagian mencair. Udara yang belum mencair disirkulasikan, dialirkan lagi ke dalam kompresor. Oleh karena uap air dan karbon dioksida sudah membeku pada tahap awal, maka udara cair praktis hanya mengandung nitrogen, oksigen, dan argon. Kemudian, untuk tahap kedua, distilasi bertingkat udara cair. Di sini, distilasi bertingkat yaitu dengan menurunkan tekanan, di mana nitrogen akan menguap terlebih dahulu, kemudian argon. Selanjutnya, setelah gas nitrogen telah jadi, maka mula-mula campuran gas nitrogen dan hidrogen dikompresi hingga mencapai tekanan yang diinginkan. Campuran gas kemudian dipanaskan dalam suatu ruangan bersama katalis, sehingga terbentuk amonia. Campuran gas kemudian didinginkan, sehingga amonia mencair. Gas nitrogen dan gas hidrogen yang belum bereaksi, dan juga amonia yang tidak mencair, diresirkulasi, sehingga pada akhirnya semua diubah menjadi amonia. Di sini akan diperlihatkan proses pembuatan amonia dalam skala industri. Silakan menikmati videonya dan cermati baik-baik setiap reaksi yang terjadi pada video tersebut.
This experiment is tricky to get right. On the left, a glass syringe containing a carefully measured amount of nitrogen gas. On the right, another syringe holding precisely 3 times as much hydrogen gas. And waiting between them, ordinary iron wool, with an extraordinary job to do. All that's missing is heat. The gases mix together as they travel back and forth over the hot iron. If it's working, this is where ammonia is created. This is the chemical reaction that should be happening here. 1 unit of nitrogen and 3 of hydrogen turn into 2 units of ammonia. The iron doesn't take part in the reaction, it's a catalyst. It helps the nitrogen and hydrogen bond together. Now it's time to find out if the experiment has worked. This pump sucks the gas out of the tubes through these yellow crystals. If there's ammonia in the apparatus, they'll change colour to blue. It works, this time. But the equation reveals why ammonia is so hard to make. The double arrows mean the reaction goes both ways. It's reversible. Ammonia can turn back into the ingredients. The trick is to make the ammonia faster than it breaks down. This plant makes 800 tons of ammonia every day. That's enough to fertilise 7,000 football fields. It uses a system called the Haber process. The process needs a giant maze of whining machinery and hissing pipes. To make ammonia, they must first make its ingredients, hydrogen and nitrogen. This is where the nitrogen comes from. There's not much to see on the outside, but on the inside, the machinery pressurizes air to separate out nitrogen from all the other gases around us. Inside this tower, the different gases turn into liquids at different temperatures. It's called fractional distillation. Half a kilometre away is a vast furnace. It makes hydrogen from natural gas, methane. Methane has the chemical formula CH4, 1 carbon and 4 hydrogen atoms. They extract the hydrogen by mixing the methane with superheated steam, H2O, at 500 Celsius. The tremendous heat splits up the methane and the water molecules and frees up the hydrogen. What's left over is carbon monoxide. Finally, the nitrogen and hydrogen come side by side down these pipes. The heart of the plant, where ammonia is made. It's called the converter. Just like the experiment in the lab, the converter contains iron for a catalyst. And it's hot. And it's at such high pressure that the metal wall must be made 11 centimetres thick. Outside, enormous steel bolts hold it together. Here's the problem. High pressure and cool temperature would make lots of ammonia, but it would take too long. So they have to heat the reaction up. That makes it go faster, but it also makes the ammonia break down quicker. Somewhere in between, there's an optimum, a temperature and pressure that works best. So the final stage of the plant starts with a compressor. It pressurizes a mixture of nitrogen and hydrogen gas to about 200 times atmospheric pressure. But the compression has another effect. It also forces the temperature of the gases up to about 350 Celsius. That makes the nitrogen and hydrogen gas molecules split up. Inside the converter, a hot iron catalyst is waiting for the nitrogen and hydrogen. They react together at its surface to make ammonia. The reaction also releases heat, keeping the temperature just right for maximum production, about 500 Celsius. But even so, some of the nitrogen and hydrogen is still left over, so the mixture that passes out from the converter isn't pure ammonia. The very last stage chills the mixture's temperature down so that ammonia condenses out as a liquid. It's drained off from the bottom. Meanwhile, the nitrogen and hydrogen float up to the top and get sent round a loop back to the converter.
So, to make ammonia from the air by the Haber process, air is first liquefied under pressure and the nitrogen separated out by fractional distillation. Hydrogen is extracted from methane at high temperature. The nitrogen and hydrogen are combined to make ammonia. This is done at high temperature and pressure with an iron catalyst.
Setelah melihat video tersebut, apakah yang Anda dapatkan dari menonton video tersebut? Setelah melihat video pembuatan amonia, dapat diperoleh kesimpulan yang pertama, persamaan reaksi, di mana gas nitrogen direaksikan dengan 3 molekul gas hidrogen menghasilkan 2 molekul gas NH3 atau amonia. Di sini, prinsip kesetimbangan yang digunakan adalah suhu dan tekanan yang tinggi dengan menggunakan katalis ion besi Fe3O4 dicampur dengan KOH. Pembuatan amonia. Di sini, penggunaan amonia atau NH3 yang pertama untuk membuat pupuk, misalnya urea dan Za. Yang kedua, membuat senyawa nitrogen yang lain, seperti asam nitrat, amonium klorida, dan sebagainya. Yang ketiga, sebagai pendingin dalam pabrik es. Yang keempat, membuat hidrazin N2H4 sebagai bahan bakar roket. Pembuatan asam sulfat atau H2SO4. Pembuatan asam sulfat H2SO4 disebut juga proses kontak, di mana pada pembuatan asam sulfat mengalami 4 tahapan. Yang pertama, pembentukan belerang dioksida atau SO2. Yang kedua, oksidasi SO2 menjadi SO3. Yang ketiga, pembentukan asam pirosulfat atau H2S2O7. Dan yang keempat, pembentukan asam sulfat pekat H2SO4. Di sini akan diperlihatkan video pembuatan asam sulfat dalam skala industri. Silakan menonton baik-baik video tersebut dan perhatikan setiap reaksi yang terjadi.
Sulfuric acid is used in a wide range of processes. It is used in metal treatment, for drug manufacture, for paint, and the making of explosives. Sulfuric acid is formed by burning sulfur in a furnace to form sulfur dioxide. In a converter, the sulfur dioxide reacts with more air to form sulfur trioxide. In absorbers, the sulfur trioxide mixes with fairly concentrated sulfuric acid to increase the concentration of the acid. The acid is then diluted to the concentration needed by the customer. Some acid is recycled through the absorbers. Some is stored for sale. At this small plant that makes 600 tons of acid per day, the sulfur is burnt in a furnace. Sulfur dioxide passes to the converter. Sulfur trioxide is fed to the absorption towers to produce acid of the required concentration. This is then stored for delivery by tanker. This tanker is delivering sulfur. It's obtained from local refineries where it's been recovered from oil and gas. It's transported as a liquid at around 140 degrees Celsius. The liquid sulfur is sampled before being stored for acid production. Air, the second raw material, is drawn from the atmosphere, dried and compressed. The sulfur is sprayed into a furnace where it burns in the dry air. Sulfur combines with oxygen in the air to form sulfur dioxide. The oxidation produces large amounts of heat. That heat is used to boil water to produce steam to generate electricity. The gas mixture, which leaves the furnace, contains sulfur dioxide and enough oxygen for the next stage. In the converter, sulfur dioxide reacts with oxygen to produce sulfur trioxide. The reaction requires a catalyst, mainly of vanadium 5 oxide. This is most effective at 440 degrees Celsius. There are 4 beds of catalyst in the converter. The first catalyst bed converts about 63% of the sulfur dioxide to sulfur trioxide, and heat is produced. The gas stream is cooled before it passes to the next catalyst bed. Hot gas superheats steam from the furnace boiler. The gas stream passes through 2 further catalyst beds and the percentage conversion increases. Between each stage, the hot gases have to be cooled. By the third bed, about 95% of the original sulfur dioxide has been converted to sulfur trioxide. After the third catalyst bed, the gas stream is led into the bottom of an absorption tower packed with ceramic material. The rising gas meets a stream of hot sulfuric acid that runs down the absorber. The sulfur trioxide reacts with the water in the acid to increase the concentration of the acid to about 99%. The gas from the top of the tower still contains some sulfur dioxide and oxygen and is fed back into the final bed of the converter, after which 99.5% of the original sulfur dioxide has changed to sulfur trioxide. The 99% concentrated acid is diluted with water to about 98%, for example, and this increases the volume of the acid. This extra 1% or so is the volume of the acid that has been made. The acid concentration is checked by sampling. Besides sulfuric acid, the plant generates a large amount of heat, which is used to produce high-temperature steam and make electricity. Electricity is sold to the national grid. The production process is controlled and monitored from a control room. Acid is transported to customers by rail and by road.
Setelah melihat video tersebut, apa yang Anda dapatkan? Dari video pembuatan asam sulfat dalam skala industri, diperoleh kesimpulan. Yang pertama, belerang dibakar dengan udara membentuk belerang dioksida, di mana reaksinya adalah padatan belerang dibakar dengan gas oksigen menghasilkan gas belerang dioksida. Kemudian, yang kedua, belerang dioksida dioksidasi menjadi belerang trioksida. Reaksinya adalah 2 molekul belerang dioksida direaksikan dengan 1 molekul gas oksigen menghasilkan 2 molekul gas belerang trioksida. Yang ketiga, belerang trioksida dilarutkan dalam asam sulfat pekat membentuk asam pirosulfat, di mana reaksi yang terjadi yaitu larutan H2SO4 direaksikan dengan gas belerang trioksida menghasilkan asam pirosulfat. Yang keempat, asam pirosulfat direaksikan dengan air membentuk asam sulfat pekat, di mana reaksi yang terjadi adalah asam pirosulfat bereaksi dengan H2O menghasilkan asam sulfat pekat. Pada pembuatan asam sulfat H2SO4, di mana prinsip kesetimbangan yang digunakan adalah suhu harus tinggi dan menggunakan katalis F2O5. Kemudian, penggunaan asam sulfat yang pertama, untuk industri pupuk, industri cat atau zat warna, dan deterjen. Yang kedua, industri logam, yaitu untuk membersihkan permukaan logam dalam electroplating. Yang ketiga, industri zat warna, bahan peledak, obat-obatan, pemurnian minyak bumi, dan untuk pengisi aki. Untuk memahami sejauh mana pemahaman Anda mengenai aplikasi prinsip kesetimbangan kimia dalam skala industri, di sini akan diberikan 3 buah soal. Silakan dikerjakan.
Turn the radio. Turn the radio. Turn the radio. I got the jingle bell. I got the jingle bell rock. I got the jingle bell. I got the jingle bell rock. 언제일까 우리 서로 사소하게 다퉜던 now Christmas 벌써 1년이나 지났어 너도 변했니
그래 여전히 울리는 jingle bell 너무도 조용한 전화벨 내 노래도 그립게만 해 I want you back
마냥 즐겁지는 않아 들으면 걱정될 만 많아 내가 너를 사랑했던 만큼 너도 또한 날 사랑했는지 No 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 baby why no 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 I don't try I don't wanna be alone
넌 정말 징글징글징글징글징글해 주밤에 징글벨이 울리면 징그럽도록 보고 싶은 널 넌 정말 징글징글징글징글해
Turn on the radio
Turn on the radio
Turn on the radio
Turn on the radio 징그럽도록 보고 싶은 널 넌 정말 징글징글징글징글해 징글 징글 징글
징글벨 락 행복했던 시간 자꾸만 떠올라 지갑 속엔 예쁜 얼굴 아름다웠던 네 얼굴
너란 사람은 내게 너무 징글징글 널 잊지 못하고 빙글빙글 너 때문에 나는 wrinkle Cool love
Thanks for your attention.